Have you ever noticed how your favorite influencer starts growing faster as soon as they get in a relationship and start showing it? Or how an interest in a brand would spike super high when it's endorsed by a power couple that we all admire? Or why does a celebrity couple walking down the red carpet together generate more pictures and more clicks than somebody walking alone? This is because there's a powerful psychology behind romantic relationships when it comes to marketing, and I'm going to break down exactly what they are inside this video. But before I do, let me ask you something. Have you watched the recent DNC? Have you noticed how all the eyes, all the attention, all the social media posts were about Michelle and Barack? Even though other people came in and gave their speech and everything, but the attention was on them. And I don't think the attention would have been the same if it was just Michelle on her own or if it was Barack on their own. There's a phenomenon around relationships, and it doesn't even stop in politics alone. Let's take Beyonce and Jay-Z. You see how we all loved Beyonce on her own and we liked Jay-Z on his own, but then when they came together, it was like a powerful force. All of a sudden we wanted to know what is it, what they're up to, what they're selling and everything else. Let's even take loriharvey and Michael B. Jordan, even though that didn't last long, but we had so much interest around them and everything else they had going on because of that relationship. There's a powerful psychology behind romantic relationships. And if it's done well, it does really well in marketing. And in this video, I'll tell you what exactly 4 of them. First psychological reason why romantic relationships really work in marketing is because of something called the halo effect. In psychology, the halo effect describes the tendency for human beings to form a positive overall impression of someone based on a single positive attribute. So what that means is if we see someone and they're in a relationship and they look like they're being desired by their partner, they're being loved properly, we see that as something positive. So what we then do is that everything else that they do in their life, we also see that as positive. So let's say this person is in a happy, loving relationship. Every time we see them use a lip gloss, every time we see them hold a bag, we also look at that bag as something really good because we already see this person as somebody who has a positive effect around that. That's why people usually say that for you to do well on social media, if you look really good, you will do well on social media. Because as soon as people see something about you, let's say that you look really well, they'll be like, you know what? Whatever this person is saying or whatever they are selling, I'm going to buy it because they look really good. So that's the first thing. The halo effect in psychology is the reason why most relationships or romantic relationships work really well in marketing. The second psychological reason why romantic relationships work really well in marketing is because of something called an aspirational element. Many people aspire to have fulfilling romantic relationships. So when you have marketing that put romantic relationships into this scenario, so if they create a product or a service and it's being advertised by helping you achieve a relationship, or if it's being advertised by people who are in these relationships, it makes you want to buy it because it's aspirational. You're like, you know what? If I buy this bag, then I'll get a romantic partner. If I buy this perfume, then I'll get a romantic partner. If I buy this, whatever it is, you see how, and there's lip gloss, there's everything. There's always somebody put in there that shows you that if you buy this, then you will get, in a romantic relationship. So it's an aspirational element. And the reason why they use couples as well is because you're like, if this couple is using that, then I can use it too, so I can get my romantic partner as well. When it comes to marketing, we always say there's logic and then there's emotions, but emotions sell more than logic because people use their emotions to buy more than they use logic. If they feel something, they're going to buy straight away, which now takes me to the third factor, which is the dopamine factor. Dopamine is something that we feel in our brains when we have feelings of pleasure or motivation or reward. It's like a fluid in our brains. So if you create marketing content that evokes romantic feelings, we start feeling good. We feel motivated, we feel pleasure. So that's a trigger that can get people to buy or love a brand even more because of that chemical reaction. You see a couple doing like lovey-dovey things, you're like, you feel something inside of you. You see a couple doing something really nice, you feel something inside of you. Think of all the content you've seen on social media where it features like a couple doing something really nice or a couple going on about their day. There's something that you really, really feel. So if there's products around being advertised in everything or in that content, that's something you are most likely to go and buy, and marketers know that. Which now takes me to the fourth and final reason, which is the power of emotional resonance. Marketing at its core is about creating an emotional response in your target audience. And like I've said, romantic relationships are universal. That's a universal human experience. Like, it creates something. That's why there's movies about love all the time. And every time we all go and watch, it's just a universal experience. So by marketing that, using relationships and everything, tapping into that, we get joy, we get excitement. That's why every time, even if it's a PR relationship, even if we know that that relationship doesn't feel good or it doesn't look real, we're still drawn to it. That's why, the labels will try to put their, singers or rappers together and it looks like they're in a relationship when sometimes they're really not, because we resonate more with that than anything else. We want to know what's going on. Even inside our hearts, we know that this is not working. So marketers know how to use that to put it, in their marketing. Sometimes it's done really well and sometimes it's not. But with everything, there's good and then there's bad. Let me know what you think of this video.